Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale by Ciro Marchetti. I can't remember the right way to say that, but there's the spelling. And it says text by Barbara Moore. So it seems like that person helps out. There's information on the bottom here if you want to find upside down. If you want to find more information, there's llewellyn.com. There's also the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you're interested. Feel free to check those out if you want to. Supportive Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. They're their full names if you want to search them down. And there's websites on the back here. She Who Is Art always pops out to me, but there's a couple others. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you'd like, of course. Okay, what do we have for Pisces? A good choice. So a good choice came through when I'm seeing this. Okay, I'll show you in a second here. Judgment in your favor. Get a good choice. Yeah, it seems like that's a good choice. This is the card I'm seeing right off the bat. It's the Two of Pentacles. Yep. Excuse me. That rainbow between the pentacles, it's very interesting. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Judgment in your favor. You're making a really good decision. You might be stressing about it, is what I'm kind of getting from it. You're moving forward. I feel like I have to move forward. I feel like I'm almost like I'm on a conveyor belt. It's just going to keep going. I just got to make decisions as it keeps moving forward. I have to make decisions. You're making a good decision. Whoever you're dealing with can be a little unnerving. It's interesting because sometimes this is Aries. Not that you have to be dealing with an Aries, but I deal well with Aries. Not all Pisces do, just to be fair. Aries are very blunt sometimes, right to the point. I very much enjoy that. I like knowing where I stand. When you're making these choices, whoever you're dealing with is just giving you like the direct answer. They're being very direct. I don't think they're going very much around the issue. Just, if this is what you want, that's what's going to happen, or here's your options. They don't seem to want to choose for you. They just kind of want you to make your mind up and do what you need to do. But you are making good decisions. I feel like they do feel that you're making the right decisions. They don't want to influence that because it's something that you have to be at peace with. Whatever this decision is, it's something that you have to be at peace with. It's because you're going to have to put in the effort. They do seem to be concerned about you, I'm noticing. The Moon card's there too, and that in the tarot deck, that's the Pisces card. It's funny because sometimes it reminds me of Cancer, because in astrology the Moon is Cancer, but you also have Cancer. Cancer's card is the Chariot going on here. This is, somebody really does care about you. They might be a little bit just very direct. I just feel like it might make you a little uncomfortable in the sense of like, I know I'm expected to make the right decision. The thing is, they're not really, I don't feel like they're really pressuring you, but you might feel like I really need to make the right decision. You might be pressuring yourself, feeling like I really need to make a good decision. I really need to think about where this is going. I really want to go where I need to go, and I want to make sure what I'm choosing now, not only will it get me where I want to go, but I'm actually going to like it and want to do it. You're making a really good decision. I feel like you're doubting yourself. There's a lot of people around you, and there's people, there's one, see, the one in, this one is good. The one who's very direct, I feel like that one's actually good for you. They'll tell you answers, like they want you to make the decision. Like they need you to make the choice about what you want. They're not looking to make a choice for you. Even though this Emperor, I don't feel like they want to make a choice for you. This energy is not bad, but it is all over the place. So I feel like if I'm going to say, like it seems like friendships could be family, but I feel like you might get different ideas or different, like people are taking you in different directions. I feel like all these energies are going in different directions. So if you're trying to get somebody's advice or find out what they think you should do, I feel like there's one person says this, the other person says that. It's kind of like, what room should I make? What room should I choose next to update in my house? Somebody says, "Oh, I would do the garage." I think you should do the basement. Well, your bedroom, shouldn't you do the bedroom? That bathroom over there, though. What about that bathroom? Like, it's kind of like you're going to get all people with good answers, and they're going to have good reasons for why they think whatever. But I don't think it's really helping you make a decision. I feel like what you need to do is step back, write down. I would write down in some form, whatever form, what your possibilities are, and just do a pro-con list real quick. And the ones with the most pros, just check, see what are the cons with those ones with the most pros. Like the cons, what are the cons and how heavy are those cons? I would just simplify it. I really would. It's good to get other information from other people, but step back from it afterwards. You do seem to be getting what you want. Again, keep getting you're making a good decision. The strength card's coming in with the star card, which these are actually very interesting because astrologically they're opposite. The strength card is Leo, the star card is Aquarius. What I'm getting from this is other people know what they want for you, but you have to choose what you want, and I feel like you're going to. Don't feel bad about that. For some reason, you might have a little, like, feeling bad, like maybe you let somebody down because you asked them their opinion, and they said this, and they're like, well, why don't you do what I told you? And then you have to just be like, well, I asked a lot of people, and a lot of people had a lot of different ideas. I was just gathering information, and I took your information seriously, and I thought about it, but there was something else I wanted more. It wasn't meant as, like, something bad. I think, okay, here's what I'm getting. Because I've seen this happen before. People get confused. When somebody else asks for an opinion, whether you're asking somebody else for an opinion, or maybe somebody's asking for your opinion, however that goes, it's information somebody wants. They don't want you to choose for them. And I feel like people get a little weird sometimes when somebody else asks them, like, what would you do? And you tell them what you would do, and then they don't do that. People get a little offended, like, well, why didn't you do that? I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't happen all the time, but once in a while people get offended, kind of like, if you didn't really want my input, why did you ask for it? The answer is no, I did want your input. I wanted to see how you saw things to help me make a better decision. You had good information, you had good ideas, but when I was talking to other people too, I was gathering a lot of different people at once. And when I looked through all the information, yours was very important because it gave me angles I didn't see before, but ultimately I went with something else. But your information was important. You might have to have a conversation like that to explain, like, no, your information was good, it was important, but there was a lot of people giving me information, and I was collecting it all and deciding, you know, what works best for me. I wanted your perspective because your perspective is unique and important to me. You did help me make that decision. Be aware of that. Is this going to be like a problem or not? Some people are like that. Like when you ask them for their opinion, they're expecting you to do what they tell you. It's kind of like, no, I wanted your opinion as reference, not as a decision maker. Three of Swords and the Empress. This could be one of those things, and I'm saying this as a Pisces. We get people in our lives, and they feel like they can make better decisions than we can for our lives, and then they get upset when you don't go the way that they wanted you to. It's more of a them problem than a you problem. It's not really something to argue about. It's just to realize it's definitely a them problem and not a you problem. So if you can just disconnect and just, if you can try to smooth it over a little bit, if they don't want to hear it, just disconnect. They care. It's just sometimes people are overbearing like that, and they try to make decisions that they shouldn't be making, and they get confused when you ask them for their opinion. They think they're making a decision for you. That's not what they're doing. They're sharing information for you to add into your lot of information. So just something to be aware of. It's also like you are making a really good choice for you. So if somebody else doesn't agree with it, that's okay too. They may not accept it, but they don't need to. Just try to distance yourself. Just kind of disconnect from the subject. Try not to talk about that subject with them. Do the best you can with that, because I feel like there's also, like, they need to have boundaries. They need to be careful, because this might be a person that has a hard time with boundaries. You are going to prove that you're successful long run. You got success. You have longevity here with the King of Pentacles, if I can pick it up. You got success and longevity here. They're going to realize that you made the right decision down the road. if they get offended that you didn't do what they wanted, what are you supposed to do with that? I usually just disconnect from people who do that. Like, I'm like, all right, you think that, but no. And I'm just like, I'll just go on my own. I don't know. They care, and they're stressed that, like, it's not for them to live your life. Be aware of that. Maybe just be a little bit more conscious of it. If this is somebody who, for some reason, feels like they need to live your life for you or has the urge to live your life, sometimes we have parents like that. Sometimes we have siblings like that. Sometimes we have kids like that. Could be coworkers. Could be anybody. Partners. You name it. If you know who it is, if that person's in your life, somebody who feels like they make better decisions for your life than you do, just be aware of it and just kind of try to, over time, just kind of like try to shut that down or try to address it calmly. And like, I might even go there and kind of like, unless it's really important, maybe don't ask them for their opinion as much. You know what I mean? If it's a big decision and you really value their opinion, ask for their opinion. If it's something minimal, kind of like, what color am I going to paint this room, or what, some minimal choice, like what am I going to eat for dinner tonight, don't ask them. Make up your own mind, or just literally just at least don't ask them. Because if you start disconnecting that energy, I feel like they'll get the hint. And over time, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It should get better. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.